Hello, good morning everybody, I hope you're all well. Please do let me know how you are feeling this morning. And we will get started here. Everything looks good. Let me know if there's any problems, of course, as always. And here we are. So... I was going to start work on the central area today, I think was the plan. So I'd come up with this kind of ruined temple thing. And my intention was to try and build something with this. But I'm thinking about maybe I want to make it less ruined and more complete. Specifically what I'm thinking is perhaps we could have the temple be reasonably ruined, but with a roof still, and with what's the word here? Foliage plants reaching through it. My mic was 30 seconds before, huh? Oh, was off. Is it on now? Is the mic working? See here. It should be working. It looks like it's good on my end. Hello. Hello Tokay and hello Yuri. So yes, I'm thinking maybe to build the temple and then ruin it. And to have the plants growing out through it, I think could be really nice. So I'm gonna have a go at that. But I'm actually gonna cull the whole area here. So let's just do that. This whole area is gonna die. So let's do that. And that gives us a base to work on. And let's flesh this out a little. Just gonna make a nice square here. I've spent this morning, so I got up kind of early this morning and I have been making food for this afternoon, or this evening I suppose, actually. Doing Dungeons and Dragons, like a big nerd. And in order to do that, we're hosting it at my house, so I made some food. I made some shepherd's pie, which is delicious food of my people, perhaps somebody might say. I think it's actually more Irish than it is British, but parts of Ireland are in Britain, so there's that. So, let's see if we can get a base on here. I think quartz slabs, and there's also, is there any different, what are my slab options? I'm thinking maybe we could do kind of a checkerboard pattern. Let's try that. So this is just going to be kind of a test for now. And then I'm going to probably tear it up as well, so it won't be complete by the time I'm finished. Hello, Cookie. How are you this morning, friend? I think this could be cool. Potentially. I think I'm not going to do the whole thing in checkerboard, though. I think it's going to look a bit weird. But I kind of like this striping effect. So I wonder maybe I could do the same kind of striping effect across as well, in both directions. Would be cool. How are you feeling this morning, Cookie? Oh, I do like this track. Reminds me of my younger days. Gosh, horrible thing to say. And we also have stone brick slabs. Let's grab that one in here. Let's see if we can make kind of an interesting shape. Now, this is not really how Greek temples look inside. In fact, we're not very sure how they looked because, of course, the interiors are long since lost. So I don't think I think this was a mistake actually. So we'll do something similar to this. We'll use a similar pattern, but I don't think this particular version is going to be working for us. So I'm thinking maybe we could quartz the outside. Although, of course, this is going to be where Hello, slimy boy. Everybody is turning up today. How are you doing this morning, friend? Do you guys, so to bring it back, because I'm very stoked about shepherd's pie. Do you guys have shepherd's pie in your respective countries? You know what shepherd's pie is? I love it. It's not really a pie. I don't know why it's called a pie. You know what? I can make this a lot quicker by using tools. So in fact, here's what I'm going to do. Let's start here with. I'm going to make some quartz. So let's do quartz in here. In terms of texture packs, I'm not super. I played with a few over the years, and I quite like the default one actually. Just because it's the one that everyone recognises and everyone likes it. So shepherd's pie is. Let's see here. It's minced meat in gravy with potato on top. Like pretending to be a pie. So I'm actually going to take one more layer here because we're going to have an interior wall, which is what these temples used to have. Shepherd's pie is different from cottage pie. So cottage pie is minced beef with gravy. The gravy is made from wine, butter, flour, and stock, and it's all. Let's see here, give it a selection. Hello, friend, Hermes. How are you this morning? I'm gonna bring the edge here because this is going to be the interior room now of the temple. I forget what it's called. Shrine room. I don't know exactly. It has a technical name, but I can't remember it. Oh, that's interesting. They're making a new texture pack for Minecraft. I might have to have a look at that, actually. What does it look like? Can you tell me? Can you, like, describe it to me? So I'm thinking maybe we can do something like this. Second one. Is that gonna work? I'm surprised they would retexture their own game. Although, I mean, Minecraft's textures... they're not the greatest. Put it that way, I guess. They do leave a little bit to be desired. But, I mean, they're kind of charming in their own way. Yeah, I'll have to have a look for that, investigate that. Boom. And let's just clear out this area here, and then I'm probably gonna, after having spent all this time doing this, I'm probably just gonna ruin it. Because it is supposed to be a ruined temple and not a pristine one. Yes, okay. That kind of works, I think. Reduce slabs in the middle. That's kind of messy, actually. Let's can we do this? Maybe. What does that look like? That looks kind of messy too. Oh well, whatever. It doesn't really matter. We're going to ruin it, so it's not gonna. This is not going to be very visible anyway. It's going to be all wrecked. So, let's see here. So there's interior walls of a Greek temple are built mostly just from blocks of stone, stacked blocks. Hello, new friend. Togo Mage, welcome. So I think I'm just gonna go with just stick a quick wall in here, because again this is all gonna be ruined. So it doesn't really need too much kind of attention paid to it, because there's going to be a whole nother detail pass goes over this afterwards. And yes, this is Seus Shaders. S-E-U-S. And speaking of, actually, let's everybody drink in the scenery, because we're going to get rid of it because it's going to slow us down. Got too high graphics quality on. That's so much faster. Okay. So let's do now. We will put in the pillars here. And so let's do a base of just a quartz block, I think. And then we'll do the pillar made from pillar quartz, of course, of quartz. Come up to here, maybe a bit too tall. Let's do chiseled quartz. Hello, Drew. How are you? How do you do? Oh gosh, here we go. Copy paste. Let's do like 8 maybe. Alright, now we can just paste this one in, and we will do that. Give us a little bit of speed, hopefully, with the placement of these. And what we should end up with is kind of quite a nice, pretty. This is going to look quite pretty by itself, even though it's not going to be very detailed, because I am trying to. I want to add the detail when it's ruined, basically. So to get shaders, you need to have Optifine, and then you need to get the shaders and download them into the shaders directory, and then you can activate it in the game. But to do so is a little bit. There's a few steps. I'm not going to give you the full rundown, because that will take a little while. Okay, so there we are. That looks cool. And we need to get an exterior ceiling on it. If you want to send it to me, Cookie, you can send it to me on Facebook, and I can see it that way. Alrighty, so I'm just going to open up the doorway here. Again, not a big deal, because it's all going to be changed anyway after it's ruined. Quartz, for some reason, does quartz slabs instead of quartz blocks, which is kind of annoying. So we're going to get now. I think I'm going to do the stairs by hand, because it's a little bit finicky to get the right stairs. Otherwise, because there's so many varieties of stairs. So we're going to take this along. Now, this does have a name. I cannot remember the name of this particular portion. I suppose it's the column top. It's basically part of the column topper. The crown? I'm not sure what the top of the column is called even now. Clearly, my education is failing me. Yeah, Seus will definitely lag. This is kind of a property of it. It's not very well optimized, or at least the problem is Minecraft is not very well optimized. Although, with it now having been moved onto C++ or whatever it was, C#, C#, isn't it, probably, if it's Microsoft. That means that it should now actually work pretty well, which is good news for everybody. Once it reaches, well, I mean, it depends whether or not we'll get the mods. If we don't get the mods, then it's useless, unfortunately. So, oops. There we go. So we get the top of the columns on. And with any luck, the rest of this will not require any handwork. We can just use the world edit just to speed things up a bit. Okay, so there we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Obviously, it's not finished. So let's get some quartz in the back here to strengthen it up. So we're going to come in here and over here, and get quartz in there. No, why did I do that? I don't know what I did, but I don't want to do that. Quartz. And let's go again. Here, through to here. Set that to quartz. And go over here. Goodbye, cookie. And there we have it. Base there, and now we're going to go for we need to do the roof, and we also need to do the we have pediments, and we have friezes, and we have triglyphs and things that we could do. In fact, I'm going to try and implement the triglyphs here. Can we do that? Probably a triglyph. Triglyph should be upwards, upright. This. Now, where did triglyphs go? I can't remember. I had like this, and then there was triglyphs. I think the triglyphs were above the pillars, actually. So let's do that. This. And I think in between there were freezes. And I want to have some depths, so I'm just going to put them back a little. Then we can hopefully look what that looks like. Yeah, that looks about right. I think that looks right anyway. Thank you, Decora. It's a basic one because I'm gonna wreck it later, so I'm not too worried. I'm kind of flying through it because this is going to be a ruin, but I want to see what it looks like before it's a ruin. Because that seems like the right thing to do. So I think I can copy paste this now. So let's do that. Come over here and we do a +2. And let's see here. So if I do a copy, and I do a rotate 90, and I do a paste, boom. That's the wrong way around. Oops. So we need to do a flip on that one. Actually, no, I think we need to do a rotate 180, and then we're going to need to come over this side and paste it in here. Yes. Paste. No. Like this. Paste. Okay. Yeah, that worked. And then if we do, I think we can probably just do a flip here. And then we can do a paste. Whoops. Go here. Paste here. And that wasn't quite right, was it? Yeah, no, it's not quite right. Whoops. So let's undo this. I'm going to paste it here, I think. And I also want to do a flip. So do a flip. Do a paste here. That. No, that was wrong too. There we go. Okay. Cool. You know what? It was probably just quicker to do this by hand. Also, I seem to have lost some detail, have I? No, it's okay. Yeah, I think just doing this by hand would have been quicker. That's what I get for laziness. You can turn down some of the Sayus settings, I think, which will make things a little bit better for you. There are a few options you can tweak. There we go. I actually went, I've said this, I went to Greece on a school trip, and I saw some of the temples. Very derivative, a lot of them. But, I mean, that's kind of cool to have this kind of cohesive style. I quite like, well, I mean, it's not really a very, clearly it's not a unique opinion. But the style of the ancient Greeks is very, very cool, very cohesive and continuous. And I mean, this is so brave, taking the Mickey out of modern archaeology, modern architecture. That's the word I'm looking for. So brave. But yeah, modern architecture doesn't really capture, doesn't really have that continuous style about it. Which is kind of disappointing, because when you put lots of buildings together of modern architecture, they don't really fit. You end up with, you know, you have one big glass thing here, and you have a weird. I mean, if you look at London skyline, for example, so it's 44/7. If you look at the London skyline, you have just all variety, all manner of wacky looking buildings that have no. They don't match each other. They just they're all set pieces, but it's an array of set piece buildings, which just, you know, when they're all together like that, it just looks kind of weird. You've got a big, weird walkie-talkie looking thing. You've got the Gherkin. You have the Shard. You know, these are all names for essentially. I mean, they are all members of the class of modern skyscrapers, and they're just hideous, really. That's perhaps unfair, but I really don't like the way a lot of them look. And as I say, they have these silly nicknames in a way that you wouldn't be able to give, say, I mean, obviously this seems perhaps like I'm gushing, but you wouldn't be able to give an ancient Greek temple a nickname like that, because they're all families of they're all of the same family, and they're all kind of derivative of one another, and so one temple looks like the next, except for the kind of the subtle differences, and you end up with this great architectural tradition and progression, rather than I suppose the architecture tells a story, rather than at the moment where it's lots of individual instances. They're like many short stories. Where each author wanted to kind of outdo the other. Hello, Dimitri. It is Dimitri, right? I can't really tell. This is it's going to be a Greek temple, or at least it's going to be the remains of a Greek temple. So I'm building it up, and then I'm going to knock it down again. So don't get too attached. What I want to put along here, it's going to look a bit plain, but I guess I'll just do it. So set quartz. You know, I can probably just flip this and put it on the other end, because they're symmetrical on both sides. As some comedian said, I don't know who it was, might have been Eddie Izzard, maybe, modern architecture happens on the front. Ancient architecture was always all around, well, not always, but often all around. Yeah, it looks nice actually, doesn't it? It's going to be a shame to ruin it, but it's going to look better after it's ruined, I swear down. Alrighty. So let's get. So in ancient Greece, you have these are called pediments in ancient Greek architecture. The interior, you have this triangle here, I think it's pediments. Yeah, it is. You have this triangle in the roof, and this has a scene in it. So in the Temple of Athena, the Parthenon. Sorry, in the Parthenon you have that's in Athens. You have the birth of Athena on one side, and on the other side you have another story relating to Athena. I think it's the founding of Athens, maybe. And so they have this like sculptural story. Basically, we're not going to be able to have that because it's Minecraft. So that's unfortunate. But let's see if we can get something cool on the top, though. Actually, so let's go for let's fill this out first with 44/7. So let's see if we can get the right shape. Need to be up one, do we? What's that done? Yep. So we set 44/7. Whoops. Set 44/7. And that. Oh, it was the top half. I see. Okay. Well, it's okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I think it looks kind of cool like this. I don't really know what goes on top of Greek temples. Generally, the tops aren't really left. So there's not really much. We probably do know what goes there. I just don't know. But I think that looks pretty cool. In fact, let's try it the whole way along on here as well. And since we're doing it, why don't we go like this and see what that's going to look like? Whether this is going to look better or worse. What does that look like? I think it looks worse. Whoops. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, well, let's just fill that back up with quartz. I think it looks... That's that done. So let's get the roof on, and we'll just copy the roof around, and we can just have a kind of an idea of what this was going to look like, and then we can wreck it. So red. I think red roof looks pretty. Let's do red terracotta, 15914. There's one. 159. Red. Red terracotta, let's just take that. Yep. Just fly over. Put it in here. Oh. Can I fit that in there? Will that be showing? No, it won't. Okay, good. So I can fit that in there. So let's do that. I'm going to turn this to 15914. 15914. And we'll do the same here. Bring this one over. Yeah, 15914. And then we're going to do the same here. In fact, I should have done them both at once, because these are going to be 2 steps. Maybe two across for every one up. Let's just do that real quick. Whoa. Let's use the compass instead. Didn't mean to do that. It's okay. And that's that done. The last one. So again, I'm not sure what colour the roofs were. In fact, I think they were made of painted marble slabs. Although I don't really know. Because again, the roofs don't survive from these temples. So we don't really know very well what the temple roofs looked like. Interesting, actually. The temples weren't Greek temples were never white, or they were white, but they weren't intended to be white because they were all painted in very, very bright colours. And so this idea that we have of ancient Greek temples being this austere white, I think is just, well, it is just completely wrong. They were gaudy as all get out, like extremely, extremely gaudy colours. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy here. Copy, flip, paste. Boom, boom, boom. Good enough for one side, it's good enough for the other. Yes. Alrighty. But I think that'll do. So I'm gonna actually take, see if we can do the same thing over here, and we'll just copy and flip it. Oh, we need to be in the middle, really. Where's the middle? That looks like the middle. Let's try it. We copy here. Copy, flip, and paste. And paste. There we go. Cool. So let's just review our beautiful little temple as it stands. Nice but basic, and now we're going to wreck it. You know it. What else? Alrighty. So I'm going to start. The first thing I'm going to do, actually. Oh, this is going to be fun. Actually, we're going to have some fun here. So I'm going to grab BR gravity. It's the gravity brush. We're bringing out the gravity brush. And we're going to do, let's do size 2, so we'll keep it real small. And we just go pop, whoop. And we'll keep going with that, and we'll just really, whoa. So we'll sink this down. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to go all the way to the base, but that's okay. And let's just get, we'll cave the roof in. Come on, down you go. And there is, that'll be our starting point. So the roof is the first thing to go, I think. Probably. Let's use a slightly larger brush so we can get a little bit more. So let's cave the whole roof. You know, there's no way that just part of it's going to go. If the roof goes, the whole thing's going to go. So let's chuck the whole thing in there. So off they go. You dead. And this guy's going to drag some more of the roof down with it, and they all go down. Bish bash bosh. There we go. One flat roof. Let's take this portion out as well, and this portion too, and that bit, and there we go. That'll be our first port of call, I think. Really wrecking it. You know what? Since we're doing this technique, we should probably actually have an interior. You know what, this technique is cool, and I am going to use it, but since we're doing it this way, I think I need to actually have made most of the interior, because it doesn't make sense. I've just realised. Let's undo... Let's do that. Whoop. Whoop. Yeah. That's cool. Oh, interesting. But we lost, so some of this stuff has been lost. It's okay. It doesn't matter too much. I guess we must have put these out by ourselves, did we? The ones on top? I guess we did. It's okay. Let's see here. I should get a roof on here. I don't know what the interior roofs look like. Again, this is not something I'm not sure many people know. I'm sure it is known, but it's not a well-known thing, what the interior roofs look like. So I'm just gonna, first off, I'm just gonna bring this up. And I'm gonna guess maybe that it actually reached the, I think maybe there was a wooden roof inside, and so the wooden portion would be just completely gone. There will be no wood left. So I think maybe that's what there is. There's a wooden roof inside here. Let me see here. So I'm just gonna bring up to here. I'm gonna do replace air quartz. So we're just gonna get a little bit more of a stable roof on here, so that we don't end up with what I didn't like was the way the roof had kind of fallen amongst the column topper there. I didn't really like that, so this should work better, I think. Okay. There would be wooden beams, I think, inside, but it's all gone, of course. So let's cave this in. Alrighty. So we do BR gravity. In fact, how about we just whack... No, we shouldn't whack the whole thing with gravity, actually, because I want to keep those, the pediments in peace. Actually, the Parthenon, which is what I'm kind of imagining as I'm doing this, it's not quite right that this is the Parthenon. The Parthenon has an extra layer here, so it has these triglyphs and what are they called? They have this interspersed triglyph and then like a relief and then a triglyph and then a relief. And then on top of that, they also have a frieze, which is combining two different styles of Greek architecture. So obviously we don't have that here, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to overdo it. Anyway, let's wreck the roof. So just going to bring the roof in because that is the first thing that goes always. Anyway, I was going to say, yeah, the roof on the Parthenon actually survived for a long time. And was doing pretty well, but then it was actually destroyed by the Venetians, and the Turks were having a war over Athens, and the Venetians, or was it the Turks? I can't remember. One of the sides was using the Parthenon as a powder storage, and then it got hit by a cannonball and exploded, and so we lost a great deal of international heritage that day, I think. It's a big shame. Oh, we still got that same effect. Why has that happened? Oh, I see. The stone has collapsed as well there. Okay, so that's not really what I wanted. So let's just undo that a bunch of times as well. So let's just try and avoid the edges. I don't want to collapse the stones. I just really want to collapse the roof. And in fact, anything that doesn't reach the ground now, I'm just going to kill. So let's just kill all this stuff off, because we do need to kill some of it. So anything that's not touching the ground now that should have fallen is just going to die, because that's fine. You know, stuff goes missing in from temples, and particularly stuff like the roof is just like loose stones, I think. So it's not going to be there. It's going to be gone. So anything that didn't reach the ground yet will not be reaching the ground and will be gone permanently. Yep, all gone, all gone. You're gone. Actually, those are not gone. Okay, so that's good. I don't like this stuff kind of on the top here, so let's just get rid of that. And in fact, let's have a pile of terracotta in the corner here. I quite like the way that could look. I'm going to bury this kind of in grass and stone and dirt and stuff, so it should be cool anyway. I think a lot of what happened with the interior was that these were nice, like, chunky pieces of stone, and when people came along and wanted to build houses, they stole those because, you know, we got perfectly good bricks to build with. Whereas the columns, there's no point stealing a column. Like, what are you going to build with a column? It's a big, gigantic 1-ton piece of stone, barrel of stone that does nothing useful. Like, you can't build a house out of it. I think that's why a lot of the interiors have been wrecked. I want this to be more of a natural decay. I don't want it to look like it's been disturbed really so much by people. So I want to take... Oh. Alright, well let's... So we actually got a little bit of collapse here, which is not what I was expecting or anticipating, but it's okay. Let's bring it down and model that as kind of a little bit of a collapse on the interior here. I was going to bring this edge off anyway. So let's do that. So, wow, there's quite a lot of this collapse. Oh no, I broke a pillar. You know what that means? We're going to have a fallen pillar here. Which is good, because this is what I was planning on doing anyway, was having kind of a bit of a collapse over this side. So this pillar's broken, so let's just put model that as having broken. So bring that over here. And grab that, and we'll put that down there. So that's dead. Dead pillar. But I wanted to bring the whole side down here, actually. So let's have a whole section here move. So let's just kind of... Let's move this whole section here. I'm going to do a cut. And I'm going to try do... Let's see if we can get this to land nicely. So we kind of want to do... Rotate 0090. Paste. So there it is. That's the wrong way. It's fallen the wrong way. So do an undo. You do a flip. Let's try a paste now. Still doesn't look right. Huh? Yeah, I need to rotate. Let's see. So let's do a 180 rotation here. Oh, I also need to get rid of that, so let's do a paste here, see what happens. There it is. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So we've detached that from the main structure here. I'm just going to paste it. And I'm going to have a go with the gravity brush, and we'll just bring this down, because I think this could look pretty cool. Gravity 4. Let's just be careful, I don't want to hit anything that's not... Cool. That worked pretty well, actually. Except these guys would probably have gone with it. Whoops. So let's get those guys too. So they would have been in here, and in here, and here. And I think there's no way these columns would survive either. Actually, let's leave the columns. I'm gonna break this one down though. I'm gonna have this one fall inside actually. So let's go. As if it fell inside. And yes, cool, cool. Thank you, friend. Nice to feel appreciated. I appreciate when people will take the time to come and watch the stream. To be honest, I think it's nice to know that I can help some people have a nice chill time. Okay, so these guys don't make sense being here. This is broken for sure. And this guy could fall off too. So let's move him over kind of this way. Oops. And so that's this side collapsed. That looks really cool actually, doesn't it? Wow. Really works. Oh. And so I think there's no way that this interior wall here escaped unscathed from that kind of devastation. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to go for 3 in here. I had a different branding to begin with. I was experimenting with my branding to start with. If you go back to some of the very early streams, I had well, I'm not going to put it on now, but I was trying a different kind of branding. I was trying to be. There was explosions. I blew stuff up quite a lot. It wasn't. I didn't notice an uptick in popularity though, so I kind of gave up with the explosions after a while. Let's get a different kind of quartz in there just to kind of liven it up a bit. There. Yes. And maybe we can get some terracotta in there as well, just kind of peeking out. Where could we fit terracotta? We'll put one there and then kind of a slab on top. Yes, cool. So, uses a nice little edge on that. I think for now that's that portion of destruction done. I want to keep at least one of the edges up. Uh-oh. You'll see, I'm trying to think which ones. towards the end of the orb builds, kind of fire orb, earth orb, probably involved explosions. I'm gonna take these 3, 4, 5, 6 out. Let's make a little pile of 3, 4, 5, 6. And do I want to leave this? No, I don't think I do. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just kind of lay them on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna fill that out a little so that we have a more shape that actually fits on the base. Cool. And this guy should be gone, as should these. So let's get a little bit, actually let's get a little bit of a roof collapse kind of inside here. There we go. Nice. Maybe we can fit one in there too. Yes. Looking good. I still need to do something on the inside here, but I think I'll leave that. What do I want to do next? That guy shouldn't be there, should it? Let's get rid of some more pillars, maybe. I think more of the pillars over here should be gone. So let's. No, it doesn't really make sense actually. Maybe I want it to be a mostly complete temple actually. Ah yes, I remember that time. Great spam war of 2018. Don't know whether I want to do more damage. I'm trying to decide. I quite like the way it looks now. I guess we should bring this whole side down here, really, shouldn't we? In fact, let's just do it. Let's flip the whole side on its side. Crazy. I'm out of control. So, go here. Do a copy. We'll do a rotate 0, 0, 90. Rotate 0, 0, 90. And then we do paste. Yes, okay, so that worked, except we needed to do a cut. Cut. Now we do the rotate. And we do a paste. And then we do gravity. There you have it. It crumbled. So it's not quite what I had in mind, but 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So let's get rid of the tops here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see if we can kind of robblify this a little more. So I mean, these can't be here. Like, this is stupid that these are here. Let's just set this back to quartz. We set that to quartz, and actually we can leave that like that. And this guy has to go, of course. This would have been gone before, so I'm going to kind of put it down here underneath the where these have fallen. The roof would have been the first thing to go, so these don't make any sense, all of them being gone like this, so let's kind of get... Oh, there is a quartz block apparently. I don't know what's happening. I think if you choose quartz with the world edit, it doesn't do quartz blocks. And in fact, let's move one up here. In fact, we'll put 2 up here. Move 1 up here. We'll have nothing from that like this, and another one kind of like this, so it looks a bit more broken. We'll have one there, and we'll have, say, 2 there. Actually, just put 3 there. So take 1 out of there, and 3 out of there. And then we need to break these up a bit, so that they look a bit more convincing. Let's see. Break this up a bit more. And yes, so this whole side just gave way one day, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but it's okay. It doesn't need to make too much sense, as long as it looks convincingly ruined. And that will be fine by me. I'm just going to take a little bit off the edge here. And we've got chiseled down here as well. Wild chiseled block. Yes, yes. Let's break some of these off so that we can just have a bit more of a... So we can kind of appreciate that the other stuff is kind of in there. And I'm going to do the kind of arc, what's the word? The grass covering over this. I suppose I should do that. I could kind of start with that now, but there's no real requirement to have that at any specific point. I was thinking about doing it kind of later, obviously. And I will do the grass and more natural stuff later. And now I'm going to put, let's just kind of move, see if I can get an actual quartz block. Yeah. So I'm going to put these just to the sides, and then I'm going to do a gravity on it, because that seems like a simpler way of doing this. Let's put him there, go down here, these couple inside, and whatever, 1 or 2 missing is fine. These guys can be slightly further out because they're in the middle. And what do we have? Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Yes. Okay. Let's have a go then. So, gravity on that. And we'll just bring it down, and it will recalculate the shading. There we go. And yes. You kind of want less of this kind of coherent wall here, though. So we're going to bring more of that inside. Yeah, you need to go finally. You need to go further back than that even. If you go to the I think the wind orb, or the when I was building orbs, that was definitely blowing stuff up then. Doma, I am ruining a temple in the center here. That's what this is. So I built a temple, and now I'm wrecking it because I think this creates it's kind of fun to do, kind of a little bit therapeutic, and it means that we get the right number of blocks and they're all in the right place and things. I think it results in a good result, and I guess it's probably more fun to watch than watching me kind of make up the whole shape in my head. Oh, you know these temples actually used to have treasuries in the back where they would keep all of the money, all of the donations. So maybe I should have that. It's definitely a possibility. I think maybe we can collapse one of the pediments. Which one do we want to do? Maybe I don't want to collapse them, in fact. I think they kind of look kind of cool as they are. Let's get rid of a little bit off here. 4, 5. So we'll get a couple of those terracottas down here. And we got 3 quartz slabs there. 3 and a pillar quartz block. And this looks kind of weird the way it's digging into the ground. I don't really like that. Maybe I can fix it actually. It's pretty easy to fix in fact. Let's do it. So if I take this area here, I go cut, I fly up just a little and I do paste. Then what I can do is push it back down again. So we're just gonna get rid of some of this grass here. And that should make a little bit better result. Whoops. Yes. Cool, cool. And let's try and make... Maybe we can actually... Oh, there's... Of course, there's a gap down here, so we should probably fill that up. Just do that. Place air grass. And let's go for a little bit of a gravity brush on there. And it's working. It's working a little bit better. Yes, okay, so let's do, I think that's it for the major damages now. Let's just do some like more minor stuff. So like corner here, kind of hanging off. Did you lose any, yes, I did lose a pillar block, so let's get a pillar block down there. And we can have maybe one of these pillars missing. So let's go for, say this one. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And maybe a little bit of damage here. We need to get the, we do still need to do the, let's just put, because we can't do any statues, there's no way for us to do statues in Minecraft. I think I'm just going to have to do chiseled quartz on the inside, and it kind of sucks, but there's not really any other option. It's not very exciting. But yeah, like I say, there's not, I don't really have any choice. I don't see what else I could do. So it will have to do, and it's fine. It's okay. It's really not that big a deal. Fortunately, because it's ruined, I don't have to worry about this horrible edge problem here, where I'm going to have the chisel blocks showing through the side of the build, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, it's a ruin. It can look like whatever the heck I want it to look like. Okay. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Oh. Real dry throat all of a sudden. Oh. Oh, sorry, excuse me. That's weird. Yeah, very odd. It's not very exciting, is it? Doesn't look that great. Oh well. It's okay. Doesn't have to look super amazing everywhere. And I should go for, I guess, just quartz inside. Makes the most sense. In fact, can we have a, maybe we could have a break all the way through here. So let's do that. All the way through. Need a stair block. A pillar block. And we need a bunch of quartz blocks. And maybe some slabs that have fallen down. Thing in it, I think. In that spot. I don't actually like the way that looks. I think it looks kind of bad. Maybe that kind of recovers it a bit. Yeah, I think it's okay. And maybe take one top here and down. I think that side can remain mostly fine, because this is going to be where we get this is going to be where the player enters, so I want it to be as cool looking as possible. So that is 1551. Let's save a little bit of time doing this. Go. So I think maybe some of these should have fallen down too over the years. Oh no, Fortnite. Well, I shouldn't say oh no. Fortnite is very popular. Everybody's playing it by the sounds of it, apparently. Looks like. It's kind of a shame. I mean, we could put statues in. Not statues, we could do armor racks. Maybe that will kind of add what we need. Something like this. Can't even fit one there apparently, it's too short. Gold armor maybe. Do I still have my... No, I don't. I thought I had a bar that had this stuff on, but I guess not. Oh goodness, anybody remember, I guess the Heaven Orb, when I was using these guys to be like angels, and then I was copying, but every time I copied I duplicated the... when you do a copy, yeah, it duplicates the armor racks, and so I had like dozens and dozens of armor racks stacked up. That kind of works actually. Alrighty. We have one guy maybe left over here. Yes. Alrighty, so this was only part of what I had planned. I also wanted to do a lot of nature on this island. And so maybe we can have a go with that. I had so many, there were like hundreds. Oh, I think that's a bold statement. If you want me to go PC Master Race, I'm not gonna agree with you, to be honest. I think consoles can perform. I mean, the console itself is very reasonably priced. It's, by the time you're buying the games for $50 a pop or whatever, more than that, £50 a pop. That's getting very expensive. I don't know. I wouldn't say waste of money, because I mean I think there's something to be said for the ease of using a console. I would have totally agreed with you once upon a time, but I have somewhat seen the error of my ways in some regards, and I do recognise that consoles definitely have a place in the world. So I just had a thought. Maybe we should have some kind of detail on the inside here, or actually maybe. Stairs, maybe? Like this? That can't really work. Maybe like this. corner case. Yeah, the thing about the PC is that when you get a good PC, you can get the games very cheap, or if you are unscrupulous, or if you really feel like it, you can get them for free, which is never an option with the PlayStation or the Xbox, and in fact in many cases the games are very expensive and you have to pay more for online connectivity and stuff, and the fees, although it's cheap to get in, the fees hit you and they hit you and they just keep hitting you. Well, the PC, yes, is more versatile, but as I say, it's also just a lot of effort. A lot of people, you know, I have a girlfriend. I have things to do in my life, and sometimes I don't have time to piss about trying to get my PC working. I mean, I still do it because I'm an idiot, but you know, sometimes you just wanna sit down and play a game. You don't wanna spend hours trying to set it up and get your key bindings right and install it and make sure the drivers are set up and step after step after step. You know, it's supposed to be a fun activity, and some people don't really find the setting up to be the most fun. So I think that is, if you're tech savvy, you know what you're doing. You don't mind spending time setting things up, then yeah, the PC's better. But I mean, to say that it's better in every way is untrue. Wait, precisely. You think you would have no idea. It's actually pretty easy. But I mean, you're not alone in that opinion. You know, a lot of people are just intimidated. They don't want to take the time, the effort, the money, the risk of building their own PC. When you could, you know, walk into a shop and just grab a ready-to-go console off the shelf. And I mean, there's other things. You know, quite often the console provides certain guarantees on the quality of the games. I mean, Switch, Nintendo, for example, generally have the quality of games is generally pretty good. Just noticing here that this looks a bit weird, the way that there's this kind of square rock that it happens to have fallen on, which is not very natural looking. So I'm just going to try and resolve that a little bit. I actually have a gravity brush here, so let's do that. But again, Android, iPhone, I think it's the same. It's the same case. I mean, iPhone is extortionately expensive. Simply, many people simply can't afford it, and it is a luxury item, and that's part of why people buy it. Yeah, but you can, maybe. Most people can't, though. That's something you have to remember. Not everybody is as tech savvy as you or I. And again, some people just they like having the guarantee, and on top of that, as I say, it's a luxury item. It's a status symbol. If you have an iPhone, you're a somebody. Anybody can own an Android. I mean, obviously, having an Android doesn't make you not somebody, but it's a big. I would say it's a big status symbol having an iPhone. You may not realize it, but it really, you know, it's the same reason why people would buy a Ferrari. You know, Fiat Punto or whatever will get you where you need to go, but a Ferrari is flashy. So. Alrighty, so I want to start having some kind of overgrowing in here. So I'm going to get some kind of grass around the base here. Just kind of amongst the debris. And in fact, I want to have a tree in here. So let's see if we can clear a little space here. Looks like a good place to put it. And ketchup or mustard? That's a difficult question. Horses for courses. Sometimes you need ketchup, sometimes you need mustard. It's not an easy one to answer that. unfortunately we don't have to choose, so I like both. Although I think I would choose mustard. Mustard is more versatile. You can use it in more occasions. You can use it as a seasoning in dishes, which you can't really do with ketchup. Now, if you were saying tomato or mustard, now you're talking. And tomato would definitely win. Alrighty. But actually, I suppose ketchup. If I had to choose, if you give me an option, just a one-time option, you're like, Imgal, we only have ketchup or mustard for the hot dog, I would be like, well, I'll have the ketchup. No, Imgal is not my real name. It's a name I chose when I was 13, maybe, something like that. I was playing EverQuest 2. And I needed a name, and I had this name, whatever, rolling around in my head from, it's originally from the Warhammer 40,000 universe. It's a very obscure place in Warhammer 40k. Specifically, it's the place where Genestealers come from. If you know anything about 40k, that's where Genestealers originated, or were first sighted. So that's where my name comes from. It is not my real name. I have a regular plain old real name. It's not very exciting, and I won't be sharing it because I'm a little bit paranoid about people finding out who I am and stalking me and stuff. I'm sure it's not going to happen, but I'd rather just not take the risk. Sure. For you, it's a no-brainer, really, isn't it? But I mean, for a lot of people, you know, it's their game. You know, they want a device that's convenient. They're here to play a game. They're not here to spend time setting stuff up. Alrighty, I was going to get real quick started with the tree in here, so let's do it. Rock. I'm going to do. Let's make it a dark oak, I think. Quite like how the dark oak looks. Let's just have a quick look at the dark oak. Alrighty, I'll see you later. This is kind of what we're looking at. Chunky, getting chunkier at the top. Maybe it won't work actually. Let's not go for that. But I'll go for. I'm kind of going for a dark oak inspired one. So dark oak is 1621. So I want 16213. Is it? BR rock 16213 2 19. Okay, yeah, that looks right. Mask air. So, whoa. Yeah, I guess that kind of works for the base. It kind of works too, and that's fine. And yeah, this is working out okay actually. I'm happy with where this is going, and that's kind of too big, I think. Let's try again. Up here, can we go a little bit up? Yes. Yes. And what does that look like? It's kind of chunky in the middle, but we can deal with that. I think it's a decent base shape. And now we have that old problem of I'm building quite a small tree, and I hate them. It is a problem, I swear. Let's try like an even less smooth rock. Well, that did a thing. Let's try 1.5. This is an extremely non-smooth rock, so I think the shapes it can form are quite interesting. I don't really know though. We go up, maybe. Aha. Yes. I will throw my 2 cents in on tattoos because why not? I'm the one who's speaking here, so I feel like I've got a right to say some things. I think tattoos can be okay, but I think some people, many people take it too far. Like I think a tattoo should definitely have like a meaning, a specific meaning, and not just because it's pretty. And also there's a somewhat worrying trend of people getting extremely elaborate tattoos, like really beautiful watercolors and stuff. And the worrying thing about this is that they don't last. They wash out real quick, and then you're left with a smudge essentially. Alrighty, so that's worked. I'm gonna take out some of these edges a little bit, make it a little bit smoother, and try to make it more palatable. Not palatable, attractive, I suppose. A more attractive shape. And less clunky as it is at the moment. Just kind of down here needs to go a little bit. Through here. And let's maybe strengthen that a little bit. And then chonk. Cool, cool. I say very interesting things. Oh, be careful. Sometimes my girlfriend asks me to talk to her so that she can fall asleep. She's like, I'm tired. I want to sleep now. Just say some words. Just talk about something. Always helps. Oh, I don't think she means it that way, but that is how I sometimes interpret it. Cool. So I've thought about getting tattoos in the past. Actually, I was thinking, but you know, I would want something that had some kind of personal meaning instead of just being like a cool thing. And I haven't really found anything yet that is worthy of making a permanent thing on my body for. Yes, I think we need to get a little... Do I have the brush? Whoa! No. Not that one. Which one was it? It was this, was it? Yeah. Let's get another branch just out this way, if we can. And it's an interesting looking branch. Yes, I think that works, actually, kind of nicely. Alright, so I'm gonna get out the rock brush, last brush here. So we're gonna go for dark oak leaves. Dark oak leaves are found 1615. Yes, BR. Rock 1615. See here, size. Actually, let's do. No, we will sit with that, and we'll do. Go for a size 4. No, let's go for size 3. No, 4. 4. We'll go for size 4. In fact, let's not do that. I'm going to go for something else. I'm going to go for a cylinder. 1615 was it? Just test that. Yep. Mask air. And I think that'll do. Because I want to capture the that dark oak style where we've got this kind of. It is essentially a cylinder. So we're going to try and get that kind of cylinder, not cylinder, but shrinking sure what the term is, like this kind of shape, like a mushroom cap almost. Bit around base. Yes. Yes, that works nice. Alright, so I'm just going to do kind of the same thing here. So around the base, let's get a couple, and then much wider. And there we go. Get one on the top, and we'll just top it with a little bit more. And yes, I think it's going to make a nice shape. I've taken an IQ test, and depending on whose test you take, I think my IQ is somewhere between 130 and 140, I think. I don't know. Depends on. It's only like online tests, so it doesn't really mean much. Plus, as I say, I think. Well, I haven't said that yet, but I'm a believer that I don't think IQ really represents that much. I think it's an overused measure. You know, there are other arguably more important things about the human brain that we can measure than the IQ. I mean, certainly we had. This is actually somewhat interesting. It was decided recently that this EQ, emotional intelligence, was decided to be the most important. Well, not the most important, but more important than IQ in determining salary. Which, I mean, obviously salary is not the be-all and end-all, but that is, with the world we live in, that is how the society we have values people. It's based on what they earn, which, I mean, it sucks. It's a terrible methodology, but that is how you can determine how much society values someone, is how much they are paid, essentially. Hey, this is looking quite nice, actually. Wow, that's pretty good. 180 is a lot. I mean, it depends on. It does depend on the test. Bonjour. Je m'appelle Imgarl. Je suis anglais. Parlez-vous anglais? Yeah, busting out the French. What did I go to school for? Wait, that's what I went to school for. What I meant to say there. Oh, hello, new follower. Hither, Loki. Welcome. Hope you find this channel to your liking. Alright, we're going to go for one large cap at the top here. And X610... Oh, it's 610 with tags. Hello, 610. So we're going to try... This is going to be kind of the cap here, so we're going to try and make this nice and large. Get one more layer, I think. Actually, we'll go for 2 more layers. So one more largish layer, and then a much smaller layer on top of that. There we go. Cool. These trees, it looks a little bit artificial, so I think I'm going to need to do some more work by hand on it, and I mean, maybe we could have some kind of leaves kind of coming out of the sides a little bit. Just don't have this quite so weird, like, trunk and branch separation. And as I say, I kind of want to mess it up a bit. They're a bit too artificial looking at the moment. So you can do that. Although I'm gonna have to head off. Good luck, friend. I hope you succeed. And as I say, I'm also gonna have to head off because I've got to go to work. So there you have it. Still a big work in progress. Still got a lot more work to do on this central section here. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope, and welcome Dylan and Steelfinger. Just kind of awkward that you guys all just wandered in just as I'm heading off. But thanks for watching. Same time tomorrow, I will be doing the same thing. Be continuing work on this central area. And alright, thanks everybody. Bye. How do I pause this? How do I stop this?